Hey guys, so Sleepy Hollow is back and we're going to talk about last night's episode. So I thought last night's episode was interesting because we really got Ichabod's kind of origin story. We got his backstory, we see why he deserted, we see him meet Katrina, and we see how he got involved in all of this kind of supernatural business. Last night also saw the introduction of John Noble's character, Henry Parrish, and I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with his character. So basically last night Ichabod got kidnapped. At first we're not sure who's taken him or what they want. Eventually we get that it's the Freemasons that have him, and he starts to call them brother, which would insinuate that Ichabod himself is a Freemason. And these brothers, as Ichabod calls them, basically wants him to kill himself. So they give him a really pretty box that's got a pretty bottle inside of it that's full of not so pretty poison. Now, of course, they want him to kill himself because Ichabod is tied to the Headless Horseman. So if Ichabod dies, then the Headless Horseman dies. Abby, of course, is not having it. She has a vision, and in her vision, Katrina comes to visit her and tells her what she needs to do to save Ichabod. He needs the help of someone called the Sin Eater, and that turns out to be Henry Parrish. So, this Sin Eater guy, interesting job title, he goes around basically eating people's sin. Pretty self-explanatory. So Abby doesn't go alone to find the Sin Eater. She actually takes Jenny Mills with her, which I was really excited about because I love me some Jenny Mills. I'm always excited to see her. So the Sin Eater won't help them, but he does tell Abby and Jenny where Ichabod is being held. And so the girls rush in thinking they're going to save him, but Ichabod has kind of decided that maybe the Freemasons are right, and maybe he should die. Maybe he should sacrifice himself. In the end, he decides to drink the poison, right? And he and Abby have this really intense conversation. I really do love seeing the two of their characters continue to connect and to continue kind of growing this intimacy between the two of them. She really kind of bears it all in this conversation because she knows he's gonna die and she knows he's kind of resigned to do that. And so she's decided that she's gonna sit there with him and she's gonna hold his hand. And it was really intense, but also kind of sweet. Ichabod drinks the poison, and then the Sin Eater guy shows up and decides that he's gonna do his sin-eating thing. Now this is the part that I thought was really interesting in this episode. There was this fantastic little storyline in Ichabod's past. So as we flash back and we learn about his origin story, we meet this man that kind of impacted Ichabod, and his name was Arthur Bernard. Now a whole lot of crazy things happen, and in the end Arthur Bernard ends up dying. And basically Ichabod's been carrying around these guilt all these years about this man's death. He feels like it was his fault, and like he could have done things differently to save this guy. But when the Sin Eater comes to Ichabod and starts to go through his whole process, one of the things he has to let go of is this guilt. He actually tells Ichabod that the horseman feeds on his regret, and I thought that was so deep. When he's done, that means that Ichabod is no longer linked to the Headless Horseman, which is good news since they want to kill him. This is only episode number 6 of the show, which is so hard for me to believe. There's just something about the show that makes me feel like it has been around forever. At the end of the episode, we see that the horseman is awake and we see him walking around looking really, really scary. And I'm really, really kind of excited about that because he completely freaks me out and I'm glad that he's back. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.